All right, guys, welcome back to Undisputed Interviews. As you guys know, I usually film the predictions like the day after a UFC event. So this video should have been up on Sunday, but it was my birthday Sunday. I was in Orlando. I'm 18. Let's go, big boy stuff. So yeah, I didn't film the video. I didn't do anything. I just relaxed. But it's almost midnight, so it's almost Tuesday, and this week we got UFC Baku predictions. Jamal Hill versus Khalil Roundtree in Azerbaijan, I believe is how you pronounce it. So, let's get into the official breakdowns and predictions. First fight on the card, Hamdi Abdullahab versus Mohammed Usman. Um, you know, low level MMA, heavyweight MMA as well. Not the best as the low level heavyweights. Uh Abdullahab is 6-0 with one no contest. Mohammed Usman 11-4. Mohammed Usman is Kamar Usman's little brother, older brother. He's his brother. I don't care. He's his brother. And he's coming in here with a 7-inch reach advantage. He's definitely in better shape physically, and he's fighting Hamdi Abdullaha from Egypt. He was out for 2 years. He came back home months ago, fought Jamal Pogues, got the split decision win. He did not win that fight. That was a complete utter robbery. So I don't know how the hell he won that. I've seen people picking Hamdi, and the 6-0 I think is why people are here picking him. I know he's like a 2-1 favorite. I'm picking Muhammad Usman by decision. I think Muhammad Usman is just better than Jamal Pogues, and he probably is better boxing, and he's like pretty good leg kicks. Sometimes he is gun shy, and he does stand there and faint and doesn't do anything, which is why he's on a 2-fight losing streak, just because he didn't like exactly do anything in the fights. He just kind of chillaxed, I guess. Like, he didn't really try. I don't know what he said, but yeah, didn't come in with good game plans. He's lost the last two fights, but I think he's gonna come in here and just outstrike Mohammed or outstrike Hamdi Abdullahab on the feet. Hit him with some good body hooks, maybe work him in the close boxing, like close in range, and maybe Hamdi gets takedown or two. Mohammed Usman has okay defense, takedown defense, excuse me. But I think Mohammed Usman should be able to get back up. Hamdi's not like a very strong dude for heavyweight. He weighs 260, so he almost makes the max weight limit. But it's just because he's out of shape. He's a fat heavyweight. So yeah, give me Mohammed Usman by decision. 29-28. Next fight. Ooh, this is actually a good one. Tigir Ulanbekov versus Azamat Muskum. It was meant to be Tiger Ulanbekov versus Kiori Horiguchi coming back to the UFC, but he pulled out with an injury. So Azamat Maxim is a replacement. He's coming off a loss. It's Charles Johnson, no shame. Charles Johnson's pretty good, very underrated, and he's coming in here and he's fighting Tiger, which I don't like for him. Tiger's minus 290. I'm looking at the UFC website, so that's what it says. It's mostly not accurate, but who cares? Tiger's coming off a win over Clint Carpenter, I believe. I believe he's on a 2-fight win streak. And I don't know, I'm trying to click on his name. I don't care. But can I click on this? Sorry, we're having technical difficulties. Um Here we go. If my computer will load. Here we go. So, yep. He only has one knockout win, which isn't the best. He's on a 3-fight winning streak from what I can see. Yeah, 3-fight win streak. He fought once in 2022, once in 2023, and then he fought Clayton Carpenter very, very early in 2025. So 2 fights in 1 year, looking better than what he's been doing. And I think he's gonna come in here. This has been a sloppy breakdown. I'm so sorry. I think Tiger is gonna come in here and be competitive with Azamat Maxim, but I think it's gonna go to a decision, and I think everybody's gonna say, "Yep, Tiger got the better of that fight." I think he's gonna win 29-28. Um, Azamat Az Azmat, sorry. I don't know. Azam, I think it is. He knocked down Charles Johnson pretty clean in round one. He definitely won that round one, but then he just gassed out. I don't know. He just slowed down. He's been out for over a year. He just slowed down and lost round two and three, and Charles Johnson got the better. So, yeah, I mean, he's a good prospect. I think he definitely could be the future of flyweight if he works on the gas tank. He's okay striking, but grappling's where it's at. But that's the same thing for Tiger, who has 7 submissions. And I think Tiger's just going to be able to come in here, maybe get the better on the feet. I don't know. I think it's pretty even. But Tiger does have power on the feet, but we just Maxim also have power on the feet. So I think it's a 50-50 fight on the feet, but I think the grappling, Tiger's just going to be able to get the better of it slightly and win 2 of the 3 rounds. Probably win round 2 and 3 just based on experience and cardio. So give me Tiger Ulanbekov by unanimous decision 29-28. Third fight, oh wow, female MMA. Arena, Arena Alexi Vera versus Claudia Saigulia. Um, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't know who these people are. I know I've watched them fight, but I've never paid attention. Um, I'm gonna go with. I have no idea who these people are. I'm gonna go with Irina Alexivia by TKO in round 2. Um, she's a 2-1 favorite, and I feel like I watched one of her fights and she showed pretty decent boxing, but I really don't remember. This Claudia girl, I've never seen in my life. I don't think I've ever seen her fight. She looks like she's an OnlyFans model. She doesn't look like she's a fighter. She's 6-2. Oh, okay, 3 finishes. She's coming off a loss. She's coming off a KO loss. Not that long ago. So I don't like that. In November, this is June. It's like 7 months period. Um, the other girl's 5-2 with 1 knockout and 3 submissions, and she's coming off a decision loss. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go Alexi Villa, by TKO in round 2. Just um, she's fought the better competition in the UFC. She just comes in there. It's gonna put it on the feet. Maybe Claudia comes in and gets clipped with a straight shot and drops, and Alexi Villa falls up for the ground and pound and gets the win. I really don't care about this fight. I'm gonna go with the favorite, Alex Villa. Probably won't even watch the fight, but yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Women's bantamweight, Melissa Mullins versus Daria Zalievich. Zal, I don't even know, bro. I'm gonna butcher this. Zelina Vikovia. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to Melissa Mullins by TKO in round 2 as well. She's pretty good grappling. Like, I've actually seen these girls fight. Daria's grappling is not good, and Melissa Mullins' grappling is pretty decent. It's pretty okay for me for women's MMA, and her strength is not bad either. Daria is an elite kickboxer though, which makes me kind of doesn't make me worry that when Melissa shoots for a takedown, she gets like flying knee or just clipped with like an uppercut, and she gets finished because of that. But Melissa Mullins is going to get into the top 15 over Daria at women's bantamweight, just coming in here and being, not being really competitive on the feet, but probably going to take that pretty easily. Daria fought, I don't know if this is her last fight, but she fought Eileen Perez. It was her last fight in Paris, and she got submitted in round 1, and she got dominated the entire fight before the submission win for Eileen. So, and I just don't, and she turns to Cyril Gahn, who, like, I forget, she trains at this one gym in Paris, and the grappling is just sucky there, and they can't grapple. So I'm gonna say Melissa Mullins definitely wins this fight by TKO or submission. I'm gonna go TKO round 2, just ground and pound. Zaria's stuck in. D- Z- Daria is just stuck in this position. She can't move and gets TKO'd. Give me Melissa Mullins. Really don't care about this fight either. Finally, on to interesting fights again. Ismail Nardiev versus Jung Young Park. I seen Burt MMA say this, which I completely agree. Bro, the fact that they have Ilya Taporia as a near 4-1 favorite over Charles Oliveira, which Ilya should be like a 3-1, not a 4-1. It's not a big difference, but still. And Jungyeon Park is a 2-1 favorite over Ismail Nardiev. It's insane. Jungyeon Park should be like minus 800. This dude, Ismail Nardiev, got cuffed in the UFC because he sucked. Lost and won. Didn't even, some fighters dominate the regionals and then come back. Nah, he got finished on the regionals. He got called in short notice, beat the worst guy in the UFC in Bruno Silva, who we just saw get brutally KO'd. And they actually think that the fight will be competitive with Jungyeon Park. I think this is a super, super big mismatch. I'm gonna say Jungyeon Park by like TKO around 1 or 2. Like, Ismail Nardiov's grappling is good. His striking is okay. But Jungyeon Park has underrated power on the feet, and he has really good grappling and submissions. I'm gonna say I think Jung Young Park is gonna knock this dude out on the feet. Set it up, set it up. He's fought elite competition like Andre Muniz is the best guy. Brad Tavares pretty good. Gregory Rodriguez. So Eric Anders, he's fought some pretty good guys. I think Jung Young Park's gonna clip him with like a big over him. As Ismail's like he shoots in jab, like Ismail shoots the jab, tries to get a takedown. Jung Young Park brushes off, and when he goes to get back in his stance, Jung Young Park clips with a huge overhand, just drops him out. So yeah, give me Jung Young Park by KO round one or two, probably round one honestly. I think Jung Young Park's gonna dog walk this dude. So yeah, uh, headliner of the prelims. Sung Young Ko versus Oban Elliott. I see people saying Oban Elliott is going to dominate this fight and like get an early finish. I disagree. I'm going Oban by like round three TKO, maybe decision. Oban's pretty good. His last fight against Basil Hafez. I counted him out. I picked Basil, and Oban Elliott put on a master class and got a brutal KO in round three. He's fighting a dude in Sung Young Ko, who's pretty good everywhere. It's not bad anywhere. Um, he can knock you out, but he can also be knocked out cold. We've seen it in the amateurs or like the regionals. And I think Oban is going to be pretty competitive with the guy for like the first round, round and a half, and then he's going to start gaining advantage, get a takedown maybe, work the ground and pound on the feet, stick the jab, clip him with the overhand every once in a while. And I think eventually Oban's just going to wear him down to where he gets a takedown in round three and is just able to ground and pound it out just because Ko is exhausted and worn out. And this is a big stage. The main event of the prelims in your UFC debut is a pretty good stage on a fight night in Azerbaijan for the first time ever in UFC history. So it's definitely a big stage, and maybe Ko lives up to the hype and comes in here and beats Oban Elliott. I just don't think so. Ko's pretty good. He's got good boxing. He's got okay grappling. But boo, dude, Elliott's grappling is of course pretty good. His takedowns are pretty good. His striking is underrated. I think he's gonna come in here and just ground and pound. I don't think he drops. Maybe he drops him. That's how he gets to the ground. But I think Oban's just gonna work him against the cage, drag him down, get on the back, and just start raining down punches, and eventually stop Sung Young Ko. So give me Oban Elliott by TKO in round three. Main card opener. Wow, we're going by this fast. Muhammad Naimov versus Bogdan Grad. I think this is a 50-50 fight. A lot of people think Muhammad Naimov is like one of the best unranked featherweights, and I disagree. He beat Nathaniel Wood back in 2023, which is the biggest win of his career, undoubtedly. But he cheated a lot in that fight. Cage, he was grabbing in the glove, he was grabbing the cage, like he was just being shady. He eye poked Nathaniel Wood multiple times. He was being shady, and he almost got finished in the third. And then I believe his next fight, he got like an injury win. Like his opponent just like blew out his knee or something. I remember, I know, yeah. Literally his next win, his opponent got injured 44 seconds into the fight. And then the fight after, he got submitted by a UFC debut, and then he beat one of the worst dudes at featherweight. So, and Bogdan Grad is 1-0 in the UFC. Granted, he beat Lucas Almeida, or Lucas Alexander, excuse me. That's not the best win, but this might come back to bite me. I'm picking Bogdan Grad by decision. I think he's underrated. I think he's good striking. I think he's okay grappling, and I think he's going to be able to be competitive with Naimov on the feet and probably get the better. I don't think Naimov has that good of a gas tank. Naimov's 12-3. Grad is 15-2. He has a lot of finishes. He's from Romania. He's from where Andrew Tate is from, so that's interesting. That doesn't matter, but it's just interesting to me. Um, yeah, I mean, 15 wins and 12 of them are finishes, and 8 knockouts, 3 submissions, and 8 in the first round. Yeah, I just think Bogdan Grad is the better finisher. I think he's got the more potential, honestly. I think he's got the better skill set. I think he's got the better cardio. I think he's got the better striking, and I think the grappling is in favor of Naimov. The jiu-jitsu might be in favor of Naimov as well. He's got pretty underrated jiu-jitsu. I mean, he's 12-3 with 6 knockouts and 2 submissions, 5 in the first round. So that's not bad. He's also pretty much a finisher. But I just feel like you put Bogdan Grad in there with Con Offley. Bogdan Grad knocks him out or submits him. And Muhammad Naimov, I think that fight was meant to look like that fight was meant to make him look like a prospect, and it just didn't. It just didn't. It was on the prelims too of the card. I'm pretty sure it was like the prelim headliner. But he was just competitive with Con Offley, which is just bad. So I think Bogdan Grad is going to come in here and get a split decision win, 29-28, 29-28, 28-29. Well, I think he's going to get the two judges' scorecards to win the fight by split decision. So give me Bogdan Grad. Next fight. Oh, this one should be a good one. Nazim Sadikov versus Nicholas Moda in the lightweight division. Nazim from Azerbaijan. We have two guys from Azerbaijan on here. Three guys. We have three guys from Azerbaijan. Wait. Yeah, we have three guys on here from Azerbaijan. Excuse me. Nazim Sadikov is a prospect at lightweight. He's undefeated in the UFC. Fought some good guys like Vishes Borslav, Evan Elder. He fought Ismail Bonfim, which I think is his biggest win, and his last one back in February. He also fought Terrence McKinney. He got a clean submission there. So yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. I like Nick Samoda. I think he's got some okay potential at lightweight, but I'm actually gonna go Nazim Sadikov by TKO, probably round 1 or 2. Nazim, his last fight, he clipped Ismail Bonfim with a nasty lead high kick that swelled his eye up and shut his eye, and it was a huge cut, so the doctor stopped it after round 1. Nazim looked like he was winning that fight, in my opinion. It was pretty close. I was leaning Nazim, but I could also see you pretty much giving the round to Ismail. I think it's 50-50 because Nazim isn't the best. Like, he's not the quickest starter. But Nicholas Moda, I think, is a very favorable matchup for him. Moda can be reckless at times. We've seen him get brutally KO'd by Manuel Torres. But we also see him knock people out. He knocked out Tom Nolan, who's on a roll. He beat up Machate in his last fight. Him and Trey Ogden was a weird one. Yeah, it was weird. He's kind of like a win or lose fighter. You win one, he lose one. He wins one, he loses one. And he's on a 2-fight win streak. Won by knockout against Tom Nolan back a year and a half ago, and then he just fought Machate back in November and won by decision. But I'm gonna say Nazim Sadikov comes in here and gets another UFC win and remains undefeated in the UFC with a TKO round 1 or 2. Probably just clips him on the feet and drops him out. Nazim's got some good power, and Motor's chin can be iffy at times. Most times it holds up, but it can't be iffy. I can see a head kick. Motor's short. I can see a step in knee, or I could just see him slinging a high kick, clipping Moda on the side of the head, and he drops, and the ref stops it, and Nazim kind of gets like a walk-off KO and gets an epic moment in his home country. So Nazim Sadikov only has one loss. So yeah, give me Nazim Sadikov by KO round 1 or 2. I'm gonna say round 2. Nicholas Mudd is pretty good in the first round, but the longer the fight gets, the sloppier he gets, and I think that's gonna be his downfall. So yeah, give me Nazim Sadikov by TKO. Next fight, Toif Mus- Musev versus Miktabek Oralbai. All right, so the dude Miktabek Oralbai is fighting. He's from Azerbaijan. He's stepping in on short notice. This fight was just made on short notice. I don't know who he is. Yeah, I don't know who this Toif guy, Toquif guy is. It says he has 18 knockouts, 2 submissions, and 14 in the first round. He's 22-5. After I'm done with this, I'm gonna go watch some fights of his. It looks like he's pretty good. I'm just gonna pick Miktabek Oralbai by decision, like 29-28. Nah, fuck that. I'm picking Miktabek Oralbai by submission. Miktabek Oralbai. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss like that. That was bad. My bad. But I'm picking Miktabek Oralbai by submission round 3. Miktabek Oralbai is always in wars. His last fight against Mateusz Rebecki was a fight of the year. It was like the greatest fight I've ever seen, or one of them. It was so fun to watch. The grappling was fun. The striking was amazing. Both men showed heart, and Miktabek lost it, so he got his first UFC loss. But it was a top like it's a top dude at lightweight, top unranked guy who could definitely come ranked one day, and maybe in like a top 10. He's got really good potential with this Rebecki. And Orba is super competitive with him. I believe it's a split decision. I think Orba, all his fights, he just turns into wars and always pretty much gets the better of his opponent. Even at third round, he's kind of beating up Rimbeski, but Rimbeski was beating him up too. So it was a very competitive fight. But I think Orba is just going to be able to turn this one into a war. And Tolquif, Tolquif, he's on the main card. He's pretty high on the main card too. He's the third fight on the main card. I think he's just gonna kind of wilt under the pressure, and Orobai's going to be able to get a finish. Like I could even see a world where Orobai's down 2 rounds and he needs this finish and comes out there and just dogs it out and gets a rear naked choke with blood all over the cage. So yeah, give me Miktabek Orobai by submission round 3. I'm definitely gonna do some research on this Toguif guy though. Featured fight: Curtis Blaze versus Rizvan Kuniev at heavyweight. This is meant to happen February 22nd at Seattle. I believe that's when it was meant to happen. It didn't. It just didn't. And then it was meant to happen somewhere else, and it didn't. And then it was meant to happen somewhere else, and it didn't. So it is finally happening. Um, yeah, I'm picking Curtis Blades by TKO, like ground and pound TKO round 1 or 2. Rizvan Kuniev is a cheat. He's been caught using steroids. He's not that good. He's been KO'd by the best dude at PFL who get dominated by like every top 10 guy at heavyweight in the UFC. He's 12-2-1. He's got 8 finishes, 4 in the first round. He won on Dana White's Contender Series, and then his UFC debut, he gets top 5 heavyweight. The heavyweight division's dying. Tom Aspinall, please save it and hurry up and KO John Jones. So, um, yeah, Rizvan Kudia is pretty good in striking. The grappling's all right. Curtis Blades has amazing grappling and really hard elbows and good submissions, as we've seen. And his striking's definitely improved through the years. I mean, he's KO'd these dudes. What's his name? Chris Dawkins, he KO'd. He was pretty competitive on the feet with Jairzinho Rosenstrike. I mean, obviously, he got KO'd by Sergey Pavlovich. And he dominated Volkov in their fight a couple years ago. And then first fight with Tom Aspinall, Aspinall blew out his ACL. And then the rematch, Curtis Blades clipped Tom Aspinall on the feet quite a bit, and then he got knocked out. But nonetheless, I think Curtis Blades is going to get back in the win column. 11 months out the cage. Um, I think that was needed. I mean, you're fighting a hard dude, hitting a hard hitting dude in Tom Aspinall, who you didn't get KO'd, but like it was a bit, it was a little early stoppage. I don't know. It depends. But yeah, I think Curtis Blades is gonna come here and honestly beat the dog crap out of Riz Van Cunha and show this dude, yeah, you're not ready for the high level of the heavyweight division. Who knows? Maybe Riz Van comes and wins, but KO's. I think if Rizvan wins, he has to KO Curtis Blades within like the first 2 minutes. If he doesn't, I think this Curtis Blades fight all day, every day. Give me Curtis Blades by TKO, like ground and pound, just raining down elbows, bloodies up the face of Rizvan. He's got like Curtis. He's got some sharp elbows. I think he's gonna just bloody up the face of Rizvan Kuniev and just smash him in the ground. Maybe tries an Armstrong or doesn't get it and then goes back to the ground and pound. But yeah, give me Curtis Blades by ground and pound stoppage or doctor stoppage if it yeah. I just think Curtis Blades can come out here and dominate Rizvan Cunha. So give me Curtis Blades. Co-main event. Rafael Fiziev versus Ignacio Baja Mendes. Fiziev from Azerbaijan. I think he should have been main eventing the card. I know he's on a 3-fight losing streak. First fight with Justin Gaethje, super competitive. Second fight, Gamrot, he was low-key kind of winning, and then he blew out his ACL, or he just blew out his knee, and then his last fight, comeback fight, it was on super short notice against Justin Gaethje. He still did okay. He's fighting Ignacio Mendes, who just submitted Jalen Turner. Um, not that long ago, I believe in March at UFC 313. So he definitely had a career-defining performance, and before that, he KO'd Manuel Torres at UFC 306 in the Sphere, where we just seen what Manuel Torres did to Drew Dober, so that's aging pretty good. Shout out Drew Dober though. Shout out Drew Dober though. Love him, great guy. This is a tricky one because Fiziev and Ignacio are both elite kickers, and they both kick hard and quick, and the boxing is good as well. But I just don't see Fiziev losing another fight. I mean, Ignacio was number 15. He got hit out the rankings. Grant Dawson got put back in. I think Fiziev by like 29-28 split decision. I think this is going to be a very competitive fight on the feet. It's not hitting the ground. This is straight striking. Maybe Ignacio tries shooting a submission. I think the only time, like shooting a takedown, the only submission he could really get is probably like a triangle choke, but I don't see Fiziev grappling with him. Um, and all their wins are pretty much by knockout. Baum Mendes has 2 submission wins, and Fiziev has I don't even think he has 1 submission win. So yeah, they both love striking. They're always in wars. Fiziev's 2 fights were Gaethje were so fun to watch. Ignacio Baja Mendes had a fight with Ludwig Klein where he lost, but he didn't look all that bad. I believe he was also in this one really good fight. I forget what it was. I mean, yeah, he also beat Chris Asiagos by KO in round 1. Yeah, so You know, saying Mendes has definitely fought up the rankings. He's definitely earned his way. His only loss on the way was Ludwig Klein, who is a good prospect. He just got dominated by Mateus Gamrot, but Gamrot's a top ranked lightweight. But yeah, this fight is going to be 50-50 on the feet. I think whoever wins the first round is going to have the momentum and kind of win that fight based off that first round. If not, if Bob Mendes comes in with the teeps and the high kicks and jabbing, keep Fizzy at range, I think it's a very winnable fight. If Bob Mendes gets that first round, he needs that one more. You know, Fiziev isn't the quickest starter. He doesn't start slow. You know, he just takes his time. And if Bob Mendes can keep that momentum into the second round, where now Fiziev's down 2 rounds and Fiziev has to fight back into the fight, I think he just keep circle around and stay defensive. But if Fiziev comes in here swinging, throwing hard kicks to the legs into the body, teeps to the body, stepping elbows, knees in the clinch, and putting the pressure on Bob Mendes, I could maybe see him stop him, Bob Mendes. But I think Bob Mendes' chin is gonna hold up, and I think he's gonna come in here and have a competitive fight, showing he's ready for that top 15. I mean, Fiziev's ranked 11. He's fought Gaethje twice. He's in that top 5. He fought Gamrot, who's right outside that top 5. He KO'd Rafael dos Anjos in round 5 in a great main event a couple years ago. But yeah, give me Rafael Fiziev by split decision. And I think it's going to be fight of the night. Main events. Jamal Hill versus Khalil Rountree Jr. Amazing fight in the UFC light heavyweight division. Been looking forward to this one. Jamal Hill, ranked number 4. Khalil Rountree, ranked number 7. Hill coming off 2 losses. A KO loss to Pereira and a KO loss to Yuri Prohaska. Khalil Rountree coming off 1 loss. A KO loss to Alex Pereira. Listen, man. Listen, man. Jamal Hill, I'm a huge fan of you, brother. We've DM'd. I cried right there in that bed in 2022 when you KO'd Thiago Santos and won that UFC Fight Night main event. I was so happy. Brother, this is a tough fight. I just watched one of your interviews like 45 minutes before I did this video, and you were saying Khalil Rountree's levels below you and that you're going to come out here and knock him out. Bro, you're not learning. Like this is a direct message to Jamal Hill. What are you doing, dude? I said you were gonna win at UFC 300. You got KO'd clean by Pereira. Then I picked you against Prohaska. It was 1-1 going to that third round, and for whatever was going through your brain, you decided to stand there and bang with Prohaska, and you got KO'd cleanly early round 3, and you weren't even looking bad in round 3. You just were stupid and stood and banged with them. I don't get it. And now you're fighting Clear Roundtree, who was competitive with Pereira in the beginning rounds. Obviously, Khalil gassed out and got brutally beaten, but he showed more heart than you in the Pereira fight. He showed a better impressive. He had a more impressive performance in that loss than your last 2 fights, man. Than most of your wins. Like your Glover Teixeira performance, bravo! You won the title. Respect to you. Legendary. Damn, that was a legendary performance. It was great. But bro, you're older. Your chin is definitely not holding up the way it used to. You're an underdog. You've been KO'd twice in your last 2 fights. Both times you've been KO'd. I don't know if I can pick Jamal Hill. I don't know. I don't want to pick against him because he's one of my he was one of my first favorite fighters, and I'm like I genuinely like the dude. He does complain a lot, but who cares? And he's fighting Khalil Rountree, who hits hard as a truck, who dropped Pereira. He knocked down Pereira, dude. Only dude to knock down Pereira at light heavyweight. I think I have to go Khalil Rountree by KO. I think I'm gonna go Khalil Rountree by round 2 KO. I just can't trust Jamal Hill. I can't. See, bro, and my friends be saying my prediction videos are biased because I pick the fighters I like. I like Khalil Rountree. I like Jamal Hill a lot more, but I'm gonna go Khalil Rountree by round 2 KO. Jamal's got good body kicks. He has good kickboxing. He is good clinch work too. He has pretty okay grappling. We don't really see it that often. But my thing is, this is a winnable for fight for Jamal Hill if he thinks. If he snipes at range and when Cleo tries lunging in, getting the clinches and landing knees and uppercuts to the body and that type of stuff, landing knees to the body and him landing the uppercuts to the head in close, he could actually hurt Khalil with the knee to the head. Dude, I don't know if you guys have seen his knees to the head in the clinch. They are nasty. And Khalil's got clean elbows and clinch. He's got some pretty nasty clinch work as well. And he's got some amazing kickboxing. He's a legendary kickboxer for light heavyweight. He's such a good kickboxer, and his leg kicks are hard and sudden and quick. His calf kicks destroy all of his opponents. Like the only opponent that Khalil fought that wasn't faced by his calf kicks was Pereira, and Pereira is the king of calf kicks. So I like Jamal Hill here, but I'm picking Khalil Roundtree by KO in round two. Um, yeah. I think Khalil is just gonna hit too hard early on, to be honest. Just like Jamal Hill has such good fight IQ sometimes, and then he has such dumb fight IQ sometimes. And if we get the Jamal Hill that went in there against Thiago Santos and Glover Teixeira, he wins this fight. But if he comes in here how he fought against Pereira, you're good. You're done. Claire's gonna KO him. And even with Jamal Hill, he didn't fight. Or with Yuri Prohaska, he didn't fight the best. He fought smart, not the best in that third round. That's why he got KO'd because he fought stupidly. But I will say this: if Jamal Hill plants his feet and goes punch for punch with Khalil Roundtree, he might KO Khalil. Khalil's been KO'd before. It's a way higher chance Khalil just clips that chin. Khalil dropped Alex Pereira with a punch, not a kick. A lot of people say, "Oh, Khalil's such a devastating kicker." For sure, yes, 100% he is. He dropped Pereira with a lead overhand, like bang, something like that, and just clipped Pereira's chin and dropped him. It was a flash knockdown, but it was still a knockdown. And I think you land that same punch on Jamal Hill, he's not gonna recover as well, and it might actually be the end of the fight. You land that same punch, so I'm gonna go against Jamal Hill. I'm gonna go with the favorite, Khalil Roundtree, by KO. I would love to see Jamal Hill win here, but I don't see it. Um, So yeah, give me Khalil Roundtree by KO round two. But y'all, that is my UFC Baku Hill versus Roundtree Jr. predictions and breakdowns. Let me know what you guys think of the fights. Let me know what you guys have for the fights, like your predictions. Let me know who you want to see win. Let me know who you think is gonna win. Let me know your favorite fight on the card, and I'll catch y'all later. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day, night, wherever you're watching. Have a nice one.